Good morning. One good news is I slept very well last night. It's a very comfortable sleep. It was really windy though, late into the evening, but I was nice and protected down here in the trees, so that was all fine. And I guess something else that's good is it didn't freeze last night. So everything, my shoes and all that's all wet and cold, but not frozen. So that's better than ice blocks. But we're going to get back up to the trail, and then we're following kind of a ridge line. I think there's probably some sketchy snow patches to go through for the first couple of miles, it looks like, as it wraps around kind of this hillside valley area. So that's what we got coming up for this morning. Gorgeous scenery. It's just kind of rough and slow going. Well, now we're on an old 1800s railroad track. It's all been removed. Now you just got a straight path through the woods. This stuff's easy to walk on. There's an info kiosk here about the snowplow trials. They had a competition between trains to see what was the most efficient way to clear the snow from the tracks. Kind of a traditional snowplow design, or this one's got like a corkscrew thingy on the front of the train you can see there to try to drive the snow away. Really neat little history bit here. A couple of deer just came out of the woods on the little trail in front of me. Here's looking ahead at the end of the valley. You can see where the old railroad track is cut across there. I think we just stay on the tracks for a while and kind of weave around, and then somewhere we kind of dip over a pass, I guess. Well, somebody had to abandon their snow machine here. Keys are in it. It's got a tag from 2023. Wonder if they ran out of gas or got it stuck from something else. Wonder if they can get a truck up here or something and get it out later. Who knows? Just gorgeous scenery this morning. You can see a bunch of marmots running through the rocks and snow up ahead of me. We're going up over that pass there somewhere. Just trudging through the snow. This would be 1,000 times easier if there was no snow. That down there is Tunnel Lake. We're still making our way up to the pass. There's a severe lack of oxygen at this altitude for as hard as I have to get up here. Made it to the top of the pass. These passes are all unnamed as far as I can tell. I can kind of see a faint line of the trail, all walking on snow till the next one. The wind chill is about 20 below. Every day I have to keep from freezing to death. Never hiked in conditions this bad. There's looking back at the snow traversal we just came through. There's the next pass. I think this one's more of a descent into a valley now, which will be nice. This is what happens when 90% of the hikers flip north. There's no trail out here. There's no tracks. It's just me. I haven't seen another through hiker since the day I got into Salida. Oh, now I'm post-hauling 3 feet deep of snow. All I know is I need to go that direction. So here we go. Just jumped across one of the tributaries here for Chalk Creek. A couple more of these we gotta jump across. I'm just gonna bushwhack continuing up this way.
I know exactly where I am, I know exactly where I need to be, but I have no idea where the trail is. All day is just bushwhacking. I hit the last stream to cross. This one's just too far to hop it across. So I'm gonna go up valley a little bit, see if I can cross it. I wanna go up there anyway. So just across over here is the alternate, Mirror Lake alternate, which is a low route, which is what I wanna jump on. And it goes up to Tin Cup Pass. So we gotta get over one more pass. I wanna go up the valley anyway, so that's what we're doing. Found the alternate. Man, I've been bushwhacking all day. I'm completely exhausted. The crazy part is, the trail through Colorado is actually pretty easy. It's just the snow makes this impossible. Well, that only lasted a few hundred feet. That road's buried under snow, so we're back to bushwhacking it. Up a swamp, up the valley. Tin Cup Pass. There was a snow traverser right at the end. That was the most dangerous I've ever done. And I'm all alone out here. Now we're dropping into a valley, I think. There's looking back up at Tin Cup Pass. We've been post-holing through snow and slogging through it for the last mile or so. I think it's finally lit up and we're dropping into the pass. Made it down to Mirror Lake. There's a campgrounds up at that other end. You can see a bunch of cars parked against the shore, maybe people fishing and stuff. But the trail goes around that rim of it, and there's my passageway. So I may have to either just slog through this or see if I can jump the stream or whatnot. Well, I just went through that, and that was about 2 feet deeper than what I thought. That was above the waist, so I have accidentally soaked several items that I cannot afford to get wet. And then looking ahead, the trail continues underwater the whole way around the lake. So I'm just gonna have to go up and bushwhack and rock scramble. I gotta dry some stuff out though. This whole day has been post-holing through snow and severe bushwhacking. I only got like a half a mile to push through this, but whew, this is gonna take a bit. We're through the lake. I think there's a sign there for the Mirror Lake campground, goes up all this way. Tons of people out. I think it's a weekend, and this is the easily accessible side of things. Garden Basin trailhead. Looks like bathroom facilities here, but I don't need to use them. And this starts another massive climb up above 12,000 feet, doing another pass. I don't know if the low alternate is easier or just staying on the red line. This is rough. Not that steep yet, but this trail is designed to support four-wheelers, and the four-wheelers are out, so they're kind of running up and down the trail. Gotta dodge them every once in a while. There's the track we've been going up. The top of the pass is up there somewhere. There's one heck of a cornice up there. Getting up towards the top. Looks like the trail goes under the cornice right there, so that's not gonna happen. Looks like I can keep weaseling my way around it that way. I'll get there eventually. Made it to the top. There's the trail. Cutting around. Luckily there's no snow on this side. And then we descend somewhere on the backside, over there somewhere. We don't drop into this valley, I don't think. Oh, back to post-holing through snowfields for at least the next mile. Oh man, it's 4 feet deep. In the descent into the valley now. It's been rough. Slogging through lots of snow. I don't think I'm going to be planning on going much further. maybe a half mile, mile at the most, I don't know, whenever there's a flat spot that's snow-free. Here's camp. Nice little area, got a little stream close by. Sun's still up for a few more hours. My feet, socks, everything's soaking wet. I gotta start drying stuff out while I can. Get settled in. Well, I got things drying out. We got a couple hours of daylight left, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully it doesn't freeze overnight so I don't have ice blocks for shoes. But it's been rough. I'm all kinds of cut up on my hands and my legs. Got all kinds of cuts and scratches. The last 2 days have been super rough. We still pushed out like 20 miles, but it was a rough 20 miles. Like worse than doing a rough 20 miles on the AT. It's like, this has been that bad out here. Other things of note, my left waterproof sock has a hole in it now. It's just been, it's like a wear rubbing friction rub on the heel. So now it's kind of burned a hole into it. So that's unfortunate. So now my left foot's going to be wet and cold. Maybe I can get it replaced at some point with another pair of waterproof socks that I can find. But, man, I think that's it. We're still slugging through it, still trying to do 20-mile days. Getting to camp still at a decent hour, so that's been good. It's just been rough. But I think that's it. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign off here and just be warming up and get some food going for the rest of the night and get the videos edited. So thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the morning. Morning. It's nice and cold. Shoes are frozen. It wasn't bad till about 2 in the morning, then the temperature started dropping real quick. So I gotta get warmed up here. I'll check back in a little bit. Continuing yesterday's descent down into the bottom of the valley here. And there's patchy snow. Morning water crossing. Look at all the icicles. You do not want to cross this when it's this cold. But we're saved by a log bridge. Junction here. I think we're leaving our valley. Sanford Creek Trail. We're going to be continuing on the Timberline Trail. Ups and downs to the next valley. This is an awesome forest I'm in. Totally silent. There's some people I've talked to who will never hike the Appalachian Trail because it's like this. They gotta have those grand mountain views. I think I prefer this over mountain views, actually. I love being in a forest. No wind, just silent. You see the occasional squirrel skipping around. Just beautiful. Nice little view out to the west. I got a feeling none of the snow is going to melt off before it hits winter again. There's just too much snow out here. Made it down to Cow Creek. Looks like I can cross through some trees there, so we'll see on their side. Well, now we got Cow Creek Part 2. Maybe I can cross right here. Full flooded over. More big paw prints in the mud. These ones are huge. Lots of like wolves and stuff out here. Here's Pass Creek. I think there's logs further up I'm gonna try to cross on. I made it across the creek safely. A little trailhead parking lot here. I think we're following the creek for a little bit further for now. Trail dips down this way. And Route 306 is just up there. There's a number of cars that have already gone by, so it's not a lonely road. Stop sign for the hikers. Crossing 306. Beautiful pop-out views every once in a while. We'll be back up in those mountains later today. I'm I'm at a nice big field area where Texas Creek is at. I gotta get across. So I'm wearing my shoes, but I took my socks off. So I'm just gonna trudge through all this. A couple 100 feet of just swampland and creek crossings. I'm a little better prepared in case it's like way steep, but I'm just gonna trudge right on through this. Through the swamp, made it to Texas Creek. Doesn't look any more than like knee deep. Hopefully not too bad. We survived the crossing for Texas Creek. It was just super cold, slightly above knee deep. We'll be warming up as we hike, continuing on. Beautiful valley views. I see one deer out there staring at me. We're almost to where this Mirror Lake alternate rejoins with the CDT, and then it kind of hooks up and we start climbing back into the mountains up there. Here's our junction. Back on the CDT from here. Going up this way. Lots of climbing this afternoon. Next major goal is going to be Lake Ann Pass. Something like 12,600 feet, so we're going way back up. Something like 8 miles from here though. Well, we're gonna run into multiple creek crossings like this. I'm just gonna keep hunting around and see if I can find a log to cross or something. I definitely don't want to get my feet wet. Well, it's about noon. There's a little stream right here. Nice little grassy place to sit. This is gonna be my lunch break. So far, the uphill hasn't been too bad. Still got a ways to go. A couple of snow patches. Back on trail after a nice lunch break. Looking at the elevation profile, looks like it's gonna be mostly downhill for a bit. A couple of miles. And then the last 2 miles up to Lake Ann Pass is just going to be straight up. So we can probably cruise pretty quick and easy here. And then it's going to be like 1 mile an hour for the last bit up to the pass. According to the maps, this is the last water source till up and over the pass. So I'm filling up here. We got 1 more mile until the very steep uphill to Lake Ann Pass starts. Sign there for the Collegiate Peaks Wilderness. This is the start of our climb. 2 miles to Lake Ann Pass. Steep, but manageable. Snow's pretty minimal so far too, which is good. Could be a lot worse. Compared to the last 2 days, this is a piece of cake. You see the trail ahead of us. A little bit of snow to go over. And then there's the pass way up there. At an altitude to go still. We're making our way slow and steady. This is definitely the epic climb of the day. I made it to the top. There's looking back. Lake Ann Pass. Caught up with Skunk. This next part's gonna be real sketchy. So she's getting suited up for a glissade. This is all a cornice. I just walked over to the rim of that and it's pretty sketchy looking. I'll show you where the best glissade route looks like. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Well, this is about the sketchiest thing I've ever seen and attempted. I usually just slush down on my heels. There's a rock or two down there to avoid. I may have to glissade it, I don't know. This is sketchy as heck, though. Coming up here was easy. Going down is going to be the hard part. Nice and slow is good. I don't know if this is a smart idea, but I'm sending my bag down first. Doesn't look like anything flew out. I'll catch it on the way down. Well, there's the slope. We officially made it down. I was thinking of filming and sliding at the same time, but that seemed a little precarious, so I got some shots of my bag sliding down at least. And Skunk made it like a champ. It's cool the two of us were here together, because that was the sketchiest part. That was also my first glissade. But there might be more coming up. Looks like there's little traverses of snow here as we get down into the valley. We'll kind of see what we got here. There's a big old rock slide coming down right where we crossed. That's right behind us. We just barely missed that one. Now we're into a forest, skiing downhill. Only looking at doing like less than 2 miles, I think, at this point. There's supposed to be a bridge across a creek somewhere and some camping. So I think that sounds like a good spot that I'm aiming for. Made it down to the bridge. Last 3 miles was kind of definitely a slog through the snow. Trail's very wet. We're looking for camp in the immediate vicinity. So we'll see you there. There's camp all set up. Beautiful little spot. Those are the mountains we descended down into. I can't see Lake Ann Pass specifically, but we came down there. Nice little stream. It's cool seeing a little avalanche path that's blown through there at some point. Old enough to where a bunch of trees are growing back in. But what a day of hiking we've had. It's been good. The only sketchy part was Lake Ann Pass coming down the backside. It was like fortuitous that I just happened to run into Skunk. She was hiking with this other guy, Yeti, who I'd met before a few days ago going into Salida. So she hiked on a little bit further to see if she could catch back up with him. But she had gotten behind, and it was good that we were together going through that really, really sketchy bit, because we both kind of motivated each other pretty good and get through the hard parts. But that was awesome. Otherwise, the day was not too bad, I guess. Just getting down in here, slugging through snow and everything, so my shoes and socks, everything's wet, so I gotta dry it all out again like last night and hope it doesn't freeze in the morning. So I think that's it. I'm gonna get food going and just start drying stuff out and take care of video editing. So thanks for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.